Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon. I'm going to bring you another video about Marvel Strike Force, and today I'm going to be talking about the Ant-Man campaign and why I'm not a huge fan of it. Now, I want to start this off by saying I love the concept of this style of unlocking characters. I really love the story continuation from the Cable and Deadpool storyline with the virus. I love how there's more missions to run. I love how there's an easy tier, medium tier, and a hard tier, and then you unlock the lower tiers by doing the higher tiers. I think that's perfect. It allows all players to experience this event. I love how there's a separate energy type. There's all kinds of really great stuff in this event, but there's this three-letter acronym that's really ruining the event, and that is RNG. So right now in this event, here's the farming process. Let me take you through what we're doing here. So you're gonna run the mission the first time, then you're gonna auto run it again with your Ant-Man energy to then hope to get orb shard fragment drops. And once you get 20 or so of those, because they drop in hundreds, then you can open up an Ant-Man orb, which will then give you like 5 shards for Ant-Man, which then you're gonna need like 45 plus of those shards to then unlock Ant-Man. I mean, do you get the idea that this is like it's like, what the heck? Like, I mean, we're running missions in this game right now for like nothing, like orb shard or like orb fragments to get shards for a character, and the drop rates for those are absolutely atrocious. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that later in the video, but the thing that really is not so fun about the bad drop rates, if it's one thing when it's the normal campaign, because you have unlimited time in the normal campaign. Say you're running like the Captain America mission and you get 0 drops today. What's the matter? You're gonna do it tomorrow. But with Ant-Man, like, you have 14 days. Like, this is your chance to get Ant-Man. You can't be like, you know, you can't have a day with 0 drops. You gotta get these drops now if you want to get Ant-Man up. And it's unbelievably frustrating to run these missions with the drop rates in the game. I mean, the drop rates are below 50%, I'd say. If you were to say they were 50%, I'd say that'd be a generous judgment for the RNG. Of course, we don't know actual numbers, but I'd say it's below 50%. So already with how this event's set up, you have double RNG. You're trying to randomly get orb fragments to then get a random amount of shards out of an orb. So that's not fun. If you have 2 steps of RNG, you've messed up your progression. Now, on top of that, they're limiting us in 2 ways for every single stage. Now, what I don't understand is FoxNext managed to do both here. You pick one or the other. Right now, they're limiting the max amount of drops you can get on a stage, and they're giving us bad RNG. I don't know why they felt the need to limit the amount of fragments you can get per stage, because you're just going to move to another stage that costs the same amount of energy and drops the same amount of orb fragments. So, like, I don't really know what FoxNext thought they were thinking by limiting the amount of fragments you could get per campaign node. But it's not like most of us are going to be reaching those max limits, because the drop rates are absolutely pitiful. I mean, say you're a whale and you drop a lot of power cores in this game and you actually do get to the limit of the orb fragments you can get, then that's great, because you're spending money on the game and that's exactly what they want. I don't know why they'd want to limit you from spending more money by limiting the amount of orb fragments you can get per certain stage. I don't understand the limit. Like, it'd be one thing if we had 100% drop rates, then I completely understand why they limit us, because they don't want us to just like go crazy. But they're limiting us when we're like, it's like we're running a 3-mile race, but we're like running it, we're walking it right now, and they're like, wait, hold on, you need to go 1 mile per hour through this. Don't go too fast through this for this. I'm losing this analogy. You get what I'm saying, though. We're moving way too slow from this event. They're hindering us in way too many ways. The drop rates, so I'm saying they're below 50%. Let's do some quick math here. Say you roughly get 500 energy per day. So you run the mission 50 times. You know, I'm counting the free energy you get. I'm just doing a rough estimate here. So say you run it 50 times, 50% drop rates at best. You get 25, like, well, it drops in hundreds, so 2,500 Ant-Man orb fragments. Then you get 1 Ant-Man orb and a 4th. So there you go. There you have 1 Ant-Man orb right there. So you're going to get 5 Ant-Man shards, likely. So if you don't spend any power cores, that's likely about what you're looking for in a day. So you will unlock Ant-Man by the end of this event, but you will not get him high. I mean, he's going to be probably lower than the characters were from the Alliance raids in terms of star rank. Now, say you want to drop a little power cores on here and you do 3 refreshes to get, you know, roughly 300 plus more energy. You know, that's you run it 30 times, then 15 drops, because, you know, 50% that's generous. So you get another 3/4 of them orbs. So maybe you get another Ant-Man orb. So let's say ideally you're maybe getting 2 Ant-Man orbs per day. Now let's face facts here. You're going to be getting 5 Ant-Man shards more often than not. Almost all the time you're going to get 5 Ant-Man shards. You need to get 45 plus to unlock him. So, again, you're maybe getting 10 plus Ant-Man shards per day, which is really not that much. And not to mention, now you're throwing power cores down the drain. Back with Alliance raids, you did those absolutely for free. You just farmed those out, you ran the Alliance raids, that was it. Now we're dropping 150 power cores plus every single day just to get the characters up to roughly the same star rank as they were with Alliance raids. I mean, I don't think anybody's really questioning whether or not they'll unlock Ant-Man, but it's super heavily RNG gated. I mean, it would be horrible if there's somebody who just simply doesn't unlock Ant-Man because of the bad drop rates. I would not be surprised if there's one person who, you know, say they're free-to-play players, so they don't have power cores to spare. You know, they just don't get Ant-Man because they have such bad drop rates out of this. But you're RNG gating us in 2 ways, 3 ways. I mean, all kinds of, you're hindering us in every single way possible. You know, whales, I don't get why you're limiting the amount of fragments they can get because you want them to whale out. I mean, believe OXTS something, or, you know, the Kraken. I mean, I think he was complaining about this, and you know it's bad when the Kraken's complaining about this kind of stuff. I mean, this is, I don't think anybody's, I'm sure there's some people that prefer Alliance raids over campaigns, but I don't think there's necessarily anybody that's against maybe doing these campaign missions, but I think people are against the RNG involved with it currently. All in all, I think this is I think the style of the event is a step in the right direction, but the RNG is not the way to go. But the best thing to do if you don't like this is to send in a support ticket. I'll have something you can copy and paste down below to send to them, but they don't care about people raging on Reddit. They simply don't look at that. If you want to send in support tickets, that's something substantial they will look at. And they have the Wasp event coming up soon, so, you know, we can look to see if they change things for the Wasp event after they talk to them about the Ant-Man event. Hopefully with Wash will be a little easier to farm, the drop rates will be a little better. I mean, it's kind of one of those things like with DC Unchained where they changed the XP grind by nerfing everything. Like, you didn't have to nerf everything. You could pick one thing to nerf. It's like this, like they're hindering us in like every way possible. You don't have to hinder us in every way possible. You could pick like 1 or 2 maybe to slow us down, but not every single way. But a more positive note, I know some of you guys have been talking about a Discord server and how you always wonder if I have a Discord server. So that is something I am working on. Wanted to let you guys know. I have like a private Discord server with some friends. We're looking to kind of brush off some of the cobwebs on some of the corners of the server, you know, clean things up a bit. And maybe within like a week's time, roughly, I'm going to be opening up to you guys. But again, we're cleaning things up, making sure things are nice and ready for you guys. So get excited if you've been waiting for a Discord server. I'd love to communicate with you guys on more of a personal level. I don't really stream like Valley or Casino does, and I think they really get to communicate with their viewer base by doing that. And I don't really do that, so I don't get to necessarily communicate with you guys. And I'd really like to play video games with you guys, talk with you guys. I mean, I think that'd be really awesome. So it's something I'm working on. If you're interested in that, hope you're excited for it. Hopefully it should be ready in roughly a week. But at the end of the day, guys, what do I know about Marvel Strike Force? I am just a 16-year-old. RNG sucks. Signing off, guys.